Scarloli and Sir Handel made it on time. Sir Handel had just been repaired. "You're late," said Gordon. "No, we're not," said Scarloli. "Yes, indeed," said Sir Handel. Then Percy started to feel jittery. "I need to go to the works," said Percy. "I need to be repaired." And he huffed off. Jay snorted. "I know what we could do," he said. "We could play dance about and around." Then Mr. Conductor appeared. Mr. Conductor, "I'd like to play the game," he said. Hazelton decided to try to have fun. Whoever can make the most whoever falls loses. Then they started. They felt wiggly and jiggly. They felt wiggly inside. They soon started a party. Mr. Conductor and Sir Thomas and the others were having fun. Then there was trouble. Emily quaked. Whoa! She slid off, leaving Toots and Molly and Darrell and Jay and Gordon off. Sir Thomas had stirred. "We'll come back later," he said. Soon they climbed aboard the coaches, and Scarloli and Sir Handel raced off fast as they could go. They were most unimpressed. Thomas knew the only way was to go to the quarry. He soon passed out. He went through. Then there was trouble. The roof fell, and then white stuff fell all over Thomas. Cinders and ashes came. "I can't see." He was skidding along the line. At last, Toots turned him off. Mr. Conductor had just left. "Toots and Molly," said Thomas. Toots and Molly looked. He saw something. He looked like a ghost. Who are you?" And Thomas thought of something. He remembered seeing Scrooge the movie. He decided to play a trick on Toots and Molly and remembered the past, present, and future. "I am the ghost of the past, present, and future," said Thomas. Toots and Molly was stern. "Come with me." So Toots and Molly did. Then they started flying into the air. Flying. They soon landed. They soon puffed onto the rails, because it was just helium which made them float. Now, said Thomas, "you do realize that an engine named Harborne Smell Warriors was Percy's great grand engine." Toots and Molly didn't know. "Well, he's been repaired at the works, and saying that if he sees another engine, you'll have to go to the present and see for yourself." Then, if it, said Thomas, "he falls off the tracks." "Oh!" cried Percy. Toots and Molly was startled. "I feel so scared," he said. "Now come with me. We'll go to the present." Toots and Molly came and watched. It was all nice and running well. He said. But, as you could see, new engines had just arrived on the island of Soda. Things don't change much often now. This is the present. But Thomas was joking. It was just Stanley. He had a new coat of paint that had to be sent to the works, but first he had to deliver rocks to the quarry in coaches. Now we shall see the future, said Thomas. Then he remembered the party. Oh, the party, said Thomas. We must go there. Tutum and Mario and Thomas raced up. They arrived. But then Thomas was shocked. Suspicious, thought Thomas. Look at that. All the engines were bent up and broken. They hadn't realized that Diesel had just won the dance. Said Diesel 10 laps. Now you could see, said Thomas, when nothing ever goes wrong. I know. Then, he raced off back to the ship. He closed his eyes. He counted to 10. Then, as he counted to 10, the snow and wind flew. They woof and wang. They wang and woof. It suddenly, Thomas gasped. Cinders and ashes, said Thomas. And then he bumped into James, which bumped into Emily, which bumped into Gordon, which bumped into Stanley, which bumped into Two Tender Molly. Wow, that was fast then. So Thomas had and Mr. Conductor and the rest, they just left. Thomas was concerned. Two Tender Molly said, "Oh, thank goodness!" she said. Everybody was surprised to see Two Tender Molly here. "What are you doing here?" said Gordon. "Well, maybe I could tell you later," said Two Tender Molly. The engines understood. "I'm sure it'll be fine," said Stanley. "Whatever it is, just tell us what it is." "Well," said Two Tender Molly, "I saw the Christmas past, present, and future." Diesel 10 and the others gulped. "It must be real," said Stanley. "What did it look like?" "It looked like a blue tank engine, but it was all white." Then Thomas gulped. "Oh dear. Well, at least it didn't work that well," he thought. Then Sir Tobin had Sir Handel and Skylowy and Mr. Conductor and all the rest came back. "Well, Two Tender Molly," he said, "have you learned something?" "Well, I learned that the Diesels may take over the island," said Two Tender Molly, "but it was just another way." "Oh, and by the way," said Stanley, "did you see me? I had to be back because I'd forgotten about that I needed a flatbed like that one over there next to Darrowell." "Maybe I could ask Percy first," said Stanley. "Good idea," said James. "Will the party ever begin, and will Percy be back?" To be continued.